Hey everyone, I want to get back on here this evening, do another break-in. I want to let everybody know, if you're not part of the channel, please hit subscribe, share or like this video, gets us in the algorithm, gets our message out there, and helps us gain a lot more family members. And I want to thank every one of you. We've reached over 2,000 subscribers, which is amazing to me. Never thought that I'd get any, wasn't even expecting to get 20, and it just came out of nowhere. But I appreciate every one of you all being here. If you ever want to contact us, everything's in the description box. Ways to contact us. I had a lot of questions tonight. I've been receiving emails that wonder what I thought about this Asbury revival. Now, I know it's getting a lot of negative reviews by a lot of YouTube channels, big name YouTube channels. I want to give you my take on it. I don't get in God's business, okay? When you start saying something that ain't God, you're not God. Understand this, okay? Our job is to help people, but I hear channels all the time, 2 of them today, that you're not supposed to save anybody from the tribulation, which is a lie, people. If you hear this stuff, get away from that channel and subscribe to them, because let me tell you something. You're supposed to help everyone, okay? That's just garbage. The church teaches that garbage too. That basically when you get saved, you know, it's not about works. Let's go ahead and get this out in the open, okay? It's not about works. But when you're saved and you're working for God, you should want to do things for God, okay? Not because you're trying to get into heaven. Not because you're trying to win your salvation. That's bull crap. People use that excuse because they're lazy. And a lot of people ain't going to like me for saying that, but I spill the truth here. These people are lazy. They're lazy Christians that don't want to get off their butt and do anything. You know, when I got saved, I wanted to do everything for God. Because I'm like, man, we got to get this out there. We've got to spread the word. And then you got people that come on and says, you know, God don't need your help, you know. So why did God come and tell me to spread the word that he's coming if he didn't need my help? That's how I prove these people are liars and they're lazy. And do not follow these people. Do not subscribe to their channels. Get away from them because they're just using you for money. Okay? That's why people don't like me, because I'm going to tell you the truth. And let me tell you something. You should want to help your brothers and sisters. I don't care what color they are, how old they are, what country they are. They're still your brothers and sisters. That's why I tell you to read the Bible 1 or 2 hours a day, so you know this stuff. So these people, these lazy, hypocritical people cannot run your life. And many of them, many Christians are run by these people and these YouTube channels that are just preaching garbage. That's all they are. They're just garbage. I'm sorry. But, you know, I'm not going to hold it from you. You know, we talked about earlier that everybody wants to, you know, they get a message from God every time they go open their Wheaties box. It's just not the way it is, people. Sometimes I go weeks, maybe months, never hear a thing. But these people seem to get a message from God. They must have him on speed dial. And you got to be careful. Like my sister that wrote me today about being very careful about familiar spirits. Trust me, they are out there talking to a lot of these prophets that think they're talking to God, and they're not. You know, God ain't going to talk to anybody that don't know the Bible. Like some of these people out here teaching on here, and they don't know verses of the Bible. He's not going to be with them. Okay? Bottom line, they're lying to you. They're on there to make money, and that's what they're doing. And they're using you to get them that. And in the process, destroying everything we're trying to do right now. As of an hour ago, Damascus was hit. We all know that that's a place that plays out in the Bible that we keep our eyes on. So Damascus was hit by Israel, and something else happened in Syria. There was an attack on an American base, but they found out it was Russian missiles. We don't know all the stuff. Information's still coming out on that. Something to look forward to, which we know that this week is going to be bad. It's going to be worse than last week. That's what he told us. Our only job now is to not fear, And do not go against revivals. For one thing, we don't know, okay? And one thing I've always learned, stay out of God's business. We know by what we're doing, God has us doing, that these revivals will pop up. And I understand that, I know that we're in the last days. I know that that time is short. I think God is there. So I won't touch it. I let God deal with that. But let me tell you something. Be very, very careful of going against God. I don't care how well you think that you are a Christian, how close you are to God. When you start getting in God's business, See, the thing is, these people on YouTube and everything, they think they're God. That's where we're at today. Man thinks he's God. When that thing happened in Turkey, everybody's like, that was done by CERN. That was done by everybody. Nobody put God anywhere in there. Hey, maybe God has shaken the earth. But see, they didn't do that. Everything was man, 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 man. It's just absolutely, man has become God. And their eyes, they think they're gods. These YouTube channels. I saw one today, it blew my mind. Preaching, you don't change the words in the Bible, which is true. I preach it every day. And what do he do? Well, in my opinion, this is what this means. Exactly what he just said not to do, he just did it on video. And I'm sure nobody caught it. It just amazes me. It's just one after another. There just ain't too many good ones to watch, people. Almost every one of them, it's their opinion. Trust me, there's things in the Bible, it's not my opinion, it's just the way it is. It's in the Bible. America is not in Revelation. I don't care if that makes you mad or not, but it will be destroyed. It will not be there. It's not in the Bible. That means it's gone before all this stuff happens. There's nothing you can do to change it. You can sit and whine, gripe, say, oh, it's here, it's here. It's not there. I read it. It's not there. And those who add it in there, or Obama is the Antichrist, or something like that, it's clicks. Trust me, if Obama is the Antichrist, that is the most funniest thing I've ever heard of. Because the Bible describes the Antichrist as a man that's from the past. And that he's so scary, the world trembles. I don't really feel that when I see him. These people make this stuff up. It's not real, people. If you see anything like that, run as fast as you can. It's garbage. The Antichrist will be somebody from the past. Somebody like a Hitler. That's what the Bible says. He'll be from the past. He'll be scary. The whole world will tremble in front of this man, but he won't be no ordinary man. Won't be nobody alive today. There is nobody out there right now that's that scary. The last scary human being like that was Adolf Hitler. And there's nobody even close to him at this time. That's why I said we don't know who he is. And it don't really matter because we won't be here to see him anyway. But everybody's obsessed with being the Antichrist groupie. That's why they want to be in the tribulation, so they can get his autograph and be his homegirls and his homeboys. And, the church, they worship the Antichrist more than they do God already because they want to see him so bad. And so this person's the Antichrist. I'm waiting for them to say Joe Biden is, which is hilarious, but I'm waiting for it because they've come up with every other one. It is none of our business who it is. You shouldn't even care who it is. We won't be here. Only his groupies that want to be here, these post-trib and mid-trib people, his groupies that want to be with him are the only ones that's going to be stuck with him. We are not. We will be out of here. We'll not have to deal with him. So do not concern yourself with these channels that have these things to get you to click on them because they get you worried, they get you confused, and then you're all over the place and you're not helping anybody. You got to phase out the garbage. And I'm sorry, YouTube is 95% garbage. That's what it is. It's people on there that don't know God, never opened up a Bible. They're on there with their own opinions. And we're not about opinions. That's why I say read the Bible yourself. It's about God's opinion, not their opinion. Their opinion does not matter, and it does not count. The only way into heaven is through Jesus. But when you get with Jesus, you should want to do more to help your brothers and sisters. Not that you're doing it for works or anything like that. You're doing it because you want to do something. You don't want to sit on your butt, be a lazy, worthless Christian, which most of them are, that will not do nothing. You want to go out and try to reach people, and that's what you do, and I'm very proud of you. You guys have been impressive. Thank you for all the news articles, but you all have been a light in the middle of darkness. And I'm so glad that God brought you here to this channel, just like the Stevens there in York, and so many of you, Cindy, and I mean, the list goes on, Angela, doing her own thing on her channel. So many of you. So you know what? Let's go do something. That's why we started the channel. You're not going to sit around and wait. You're going to try to help your brothers and sisters, and that's what we're supposed to do. And those that tell you we ain't supposed to save them for the tribulation, that's bullcrap. And if anybody tells you that, they surely do not know what in the world is going to happen before the tribulation starts. They have no clue what's coming. That most people do not make it to the tribulation. If they had half a brain, they would know that. But see, they don't know because they're not with God. They're on there to make a name for themselves, pretend they're a Christian, and they are not. Do not be fooled by these people. If God did not want us to reach out to these people, he wouldn't have told us. He wouldn't have brought us here. Now, we're not going to save everybody, like we said, just like in Noah's time. Many of them did not hear the bell. They won't this time either. But with these events, you'll be ready. And before I forget it, there was a train derailment 5-10 minutes away from me tonight. So there you go with that. Another train derailment in my backyard. It's a bad one. I've saw some pictures of it, but people, it's happened everywhere. It is everywhere. I just thought that was very curious, especially about Damascus being hit tonight. There's so much going on, but like God said, fear not. Because people, this is one day closer to getting out of here. And we won't be here long. That's why we come to this channel. And that's why we send out these warnings and let everybody know that, hey, time is running low. I'm just to remind you, stay awake. It's my only job. So that's what I do. Stay awake. Be a light. Help as many as you can. Get them on the ark. And I agree, there's going to be a lot left here in the tribulation. And they're going to do wonderful things too. And I know that. But a lot of them do not make it to that time. So if we can save a lot of those before that time, we've done something. If you don't see or hear from me again, I'll see you in heaven.